Before cities, before oceans were mapped, before humans ever walked the earth, there was a world where survival depended on what you were made of. Some creatures evolved speed, others evolved size, but one dinosaur evolved something different. Something so effective that even the most feared predator of its time may have avoided it entirely. This was the Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus lived around 66 to 68 million years ago, at the very end of the age of dinosaurs. North America looked very different then. Warm forests stretched across the land, filled with ferns, cycads, and early flowering plants. Massive herbivores moved in herds through the landscape, including horned giants like Triceratops. And not far behind them were predators, hunters like the Tyrannosaurus rex, capable of crushing bone with a single bite. In a world like this, being slow could be a death sentence. So, how did the Ankylosaurus survive? At first glance, the answer seems obvious. Armor. Ankylosaurus was covered in thick, bony plates called osteoderms, embedded directly into its skin. These plates formed a shield across its entire body, its back, its sides, and even parts of its head. Some of them formed spikes and ridges, making it even harder to attack. Its body was low and wide, supported by short, powerful legs. It wasn't fast, it wasn't agile, and it couldn't outrun a predator like the Tyrannosaurus rex. So instead of escaping danger, it was built to face it. But armor alone doesn't explain everything, because even the best armor has weaknesses, and predators are good at finding them. So why does the Ankylosaurus stand out, even among armored dinosaurs? Its most powerful feature wasn't its armor. At the end of its tail was something no other dinosaur had quite like it: a massive bone club. Its tail was reinforced with stiff tendons and specialized bone, turning it into a rigid, controlled weapon. At the tip, large fused bones formed a heavy, rounded club. And this wasn't just for show. Scientists believed the Ankylosaurus could swing its tail with enough force to break bones. And not just small bones. The kind of impact that could seriously injure a large predator. Imagine a T-Rex approaching from behind, and then it takes a direct hit to the leg. In a world where a single injury could mean death, that's a risk predators could not ignore. And this is where things get even more interesting. Fossils of many dinosaurs, including herbivores, have been found with bite marks from the T-Rex. Evidence of attacks, of hunting, of survival or failure. But the Ankylosaurus? So far, its fossils haven't shown clear evidence of T-Rex bite marks. It's not absolute proof that it was never attacked, but it does raise a question. Was the Ankylosaurus so well defended that even apex predators thought twice? Despite its intimidating design, the Ankylosaurus wasn't aggressive by nature. It was a herbivore. Its small, wide mouth was perfect for feeding on low-growing plants, like ferns and shrubs, and other vegetation that was close to the ground. It likely spent much of its time slowly grazing, moving through the forest at its own pace. Its teeth weren't designed for heavy chewing. Instead, it probably relied on its digestive system to break down plant material over time. Slow, steady, protected. It didn't need to chase anything, and very little would have wanted to chase it. If threatened, the Ankylosaurus didn't run. It didn't panic. It stood its ground. Its armored back protected it from above. Its low body made it difficult to flip over. And its tail gave it reach. A predator couldn't approach carelessly. Every angle came with risk. Some scientists even believe the Ankylosaurus may have used its tail against others of its own kind, either fighting for territory or mates. Meaning, this wasn't just a defensive tool, it was a defining part of its life. For millions of years, creatures like the Ankylosaurus survived in this world, perfectly adapted, perfectly equipped. But survival on Earth has never been permanent. Around 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck the planet in what we now call the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. The impact changed everything. Fires spread, skies darkened, temperatures dropped. Plants died, and the ecosystems that supported dinosaurs collapsed. And creatures like the Ankylosaurus disappeared from the earth forever. But their fossils remain. Fragments of armor, ancient bones, clues buried in stone for millions of years. Through them, we can piece together the story of a world that existed long before us. A world where armored giants walked through prehistoric forests and carried weapons built into their own bodies. Before us, there was the Ankylosaurus.